What the hell? Hello, everybody. I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. It's Sunday, and we're going to start a new project. Yay! But you're probably not going to be able to do this with me because we spent a bunch of time online trying to find this Liberty Lane kit and or the pattern or anything, and it's a rare find. So if you can find it, get it. But unfortunately, I have all these kits and I need to do them. I have just a bunch of stuff in my fabric room. So you know what? I said, I'm just going to pull it out and you guys can just gawk at me and hang out and chat while I make it. I mean, it's not my pattern. I won't be able to give you the measurements or anything, but it's called Liberty Lane by Stephanie Marriott from Wilmington Prints, A World of Possibilities. And I mean, if you go on wilmingtonprints.com, maybe you can still find the pattern. I'm not sure, but I'm going to hold this up. And then maybe you can just make it with your own fabrics. I don't know how. We looked and looked and looked. Like I said, we couldn't find it. But I won this kit from a giveaway a long time ago. And I figured, you know what, it has all the fabric and everything. Yeah, so yeah, I won it from the Quilting Marine on a giveaway on his channel. So I figured, you know what, I need to eventually make it, and why not better than start it on a Sunday and do it as many Sundays until it's done. So here I am, Liberty Lane. This is what I'm doing. Anyway, let's see who all is here. I'm spooling. Are you spooling?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm working on my own.
We got Dawn, Rena, Caroline, Geraldine, Leanne, Elham, yeah, whatever. I mess up names and I'm sorry. Karen, Belinda, Bonnie, Jacqueline, Jim, Mary, Joanna, Karen, Sharon, Susan, and a whole bunch more. Now I want to address one thing. Time has changed for all of you, but not for me. It's still the same time for me. So if I was 2 hours ahead of you, but behind you, then I am now 3 hours behind you. If I was 1, I am now 2. And if I was 0, then we're the same time. So just so you know. So all my East Coasters, you now have a 3-hour difference for me. So when I am on at 5, you have me on at 8. When I'm on at 5 for my Centrals, I'm on at 7 for you. I'm still on at 5. And my Pacific Coast, well, you guys are the same time as us now. So there's only one other Mountain Standard one that's a different time, I think. I think they're an hour ahead now. Anyways, all right. I'm going to pull everything out of this lovely kit bag. And we're going to get started. I'm just going to throw that over there. So this pattern is very lovely because it has all the fabrics listed on the pattern. So I'm going to take my little sticky dots and we're going to figure out what fabric belongs to what. I'm assuming this is the panel. And I'll probably have to press all this, but let's just open it up and take a look at it. Oh, I will in 2 seconds. So here's the
that's awesome.
panel that's going to go in the center. Okay, so there's that. I got to start ironing things soon. Then we have, this is fabric P, it looks like. Oh, they're all mixed in here. So we have P, which is red with stars. M, these are fat 8s, by the way, which is a stripe. I've had that plenty of times, and I've also had this plenty of times. Actually, I have extra of this somewhere in my room. This is J. Actually, I have a lot of these fabrics. Whoa, I used them all in one of my flags, too. So we have G, and I'm going to label them all after I press them. Then we have, what is this one? Fireworks is D. And then stars, fabric O. Freedom, America, Liberty. That's fabric I. Red with blue background of fireworks is E. The blue background fireworks is F. Can you plug the iron in for me? And we have the red one with the flags, which is, where's that one? Oh, C. A blue star, which is Q. A USA fabric, that is, where's this one? K. A blue stripe, which is N. And these have been folded so long, I'm going to have to press everything. We have this one, it's a giant amount, which is, where is this one? Oh, here we go, L, which is a 2/3 yard cut. Then we have a giant, this is fabric H. It's fireworks and stars. And then we have the border fabric, which is fabric B. B for borders. And those are going to be, how much is there? 2 3/8 of a yard. Wow. That'll be, there's a word for it, mitered corners. So while the iron warms up for a second, oh, look at this. It tells me everything I need to know. Which ones to cut which fabrics at. So speaking of irons, because I have to iron all this, I had a velocity sensor iron. And you guys have probably seen it before in the past. It's been sitting over there in the I need to fix it pile because it wasn't working. So we took it apart today. Lots of parts and pieces, let me tell you. And plastic on metal, let's just say the little plastic tabs break. Either way, it was so disgusting inside of there. Like, I'm not talking corrosion disgusting. I'm talking your irons, and I know this because the outside of the iron plate actually gets disgusting in the lip. Not just does it get in the lip, the whole entire iron plate, the plate part that is the plastic stuff is built on top of, that is absolutely, utterly disgusting. So even if you're using steam or you're just using spray, your irons get absolutely disgusting. Anyways, long story short, the iron is not salvageable because the tubes are clogged.
No, they're not.
We tried to unclog it, but
we did unclog it.
we unclogged the tube.
Issue.
Yeah, something's wrong with it electrically because it doesn't send the signal to push steam out. So
it just makes a weird hum.
It just hums and it's annoying. So I decided, you know what? It's a iron that's heat only, no steam. I like steam, so the iron went bye-bye into the bye-bye pile. It still works. It turns back on and everything. It just don't steam. And I like steam.
It works as a dry iron.
It's a dry iron. But, you know, I did take it apart today. I posted pictures in the Facebook group if you guys want to see what an iron taken apart looks like. But it's a sensor iron. It's not just a plain regular one. Plain regular ones don't have all those wires and cables and plugins and stuff. But it was quite interesting to see. All right, so I'm going to be off. Well, Scott could turn the camera and we can talk. Don't mind me. I got business on top and relaxing on bottom. Oh, he's going to show the kitty first because Thumper came in here. Wow, this is the straightest looking panel I've seen in a long time. Say hi, Thumpy. Will you do me a huge favor, though? Will you fill this to about right here with water?
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting the camera over here now. Fast. One thing at a time.
Just almost to that line that's created right here.
Oh,
okay. Okay. So I like steam. So I'm just going to steam all the parts and pieces. I'm not going to adjust this at all because it looks pretty straight, surprisingly. Panels are usually wonky. I am going to hang the panel on the wall, though, while I cut everything else out. But I do want it all nice and flat.
This iron doesn't steam either. You're on the no steam iron day.
Yeah, my irons have not been steaming. All right, this is my starch mixture, by the way, if you guys have never seen me. It's mostly water, and then I put a little bit of starch in it. I don't put a lot because I don't like a lot of starch. And this is concentrate, so it has to be mixed. I don't like it full on because it makes a flaky mess. And it'll also clog your little steamy part, your spray bottle.
What iron are you using now?
Now I'm just using the Hamilton Beach one that we recently
Cheapo
got. It's a cheapo Walmart iron. Or Amazon or wherever people buy irons. But yeah, it was nice to finally, I felt like my son, Cyrus, the one who passed away, he used to take everything apart. Like he would have been just having fun taking it apart, you know, no matter what it is. And an iron would have been none the different for him. He would have took it apart. All right, I'm going to hang this part on the wall and then get to the other yardage.
You ironing all of it?
Yep, I got to iron all of it so I can cut it properly.
Why can't I iron it?
Because I got this.
Okay.
All right, so let's just, I'm going to leave it all folded on the selvage, but I'm going to at least give it a nice press. Get all these iron lines, or the folded lines out. I either go side to side on fabric like this, or I go up and down like this. I never push it that way because we want it to stay with the grain nice and straight. We don't want to shift or adjust our fabric. So it's either up and down or side to side. Just so you guys know, tips and tricks. When I first started, I ironed like I ironed clothing, you know? I was just like, oh yeah, this is so much fun. But no, I don't do that anymore. All right, this looks to be flat on this side. Let's flip it over. Oh yeah, that side's flat too, but we're gonna make sure that all those wrinkles are out. My squeaky ironing board, you probably hear it through the mic. It's so squeaky. All right, fabric, whatever number this is, I'm gonna go over here. And then I'll label everything and then start cutting. All right, these smaller ones, I just lay this way. Notice it doesn't line up the selvage, so I'll just open it up. Give it a quick spray. Back and forth. Line up the selvage. And that one's done. Put it over here. Grab the next. These smaller ones, I like to open them all the way. And these are definitely cut wonky. Can you see that already? Not every shop that cuts kits get it perfectly square either, so. As long as I keep the top wonky, it's fine. You know, it's finally time. I should get this ironing board done too, one of these days. I keep like not doing it. I put aside a thing to make the cover. Just haven't done it yet.
What are you using this spray?
I'm using a starch water blend as spray.
Why are you starting?
Oh wow, look how off this one is. Look at that. If you straighten the fabric so that there's no wiggle to it. Oh my goodness.
Why are you starting?
I am starching because I am starching. That's why.
Well, you never start.
I never starch, but this is one of those projects that's built around a panel and it will get wonky.
These are my questions.
This one's being built around a panel, so it's getting starch. Just a little, though. Not a lot. I don't starch a lot. This is going to be wonky, too. What's up with these wonky cuts? Oh, wow. That's way off. All right. I'll just have to adjust for that when these are being cut into. That's all. This one looks sort of off. As you can see, I'm not using a ton of starch. Just enough. Get those wrinkles bye-bye. Make my hand slightly sticky. Just enough of that. So you guys will see the whole process start to finish of this quilt, because I'll only do it on Sew Sundays. The fabric is even called Liberty Lane, by the way, in case you were curious out there. So if you could find this out there somewhere, or at least the fabrics and the patterns separately or something, might be quite fun to do. We're going to see. Pretty sure it will be, because all quilt making is fun. I wonder if these all get cut the same.
Probably.
Starting to think so. I know it's kind of boring probably watching me iron, but this is what I do off camera normally, but because I was pulling it out as a fresh kit for you guys so that I could make this, you're going to have to see this part. So we don't want to just cut into it. Oh, also notice I don't spray starch on the pretty side of fabric, only on the underside, because just in case it is too thick of a starch mix, I don't want it to leave the crusty whites on the fabric side, on the pretty side. I'd rather that stuff be on the underside, because that's what starch leaves a film if you put too much. And it's crunchy, filmy. Well, at least this one is. So I don't spray it on the pretty side ever. Except for that first piece, only because I didn't want to open the whole thing up. Any questions of anything while I'm ironing? Oh, yeah.
That's 20 years old. One is 16. Maybe we need a Rowenta.
I have a Rowenta. The little mini one right there.
Oh,
up there.
Mini.
Yeah. Where did it go? Where is it? Oh, it's probably in the drawer or something. Where did I put it? I have the other mini right here.
I was talking about a regular one.
Oh, yeah.
They seem to be lasting forever.
And what I really like is one of those Laura Star irons, but I ain't got no $1,000 for an iron and all of its setup. That's just overkill.
You don't need that.
I don't need it, but Rowentas are the same, pretty much the same concept. It's in a tray of water that feeds up to the iron instead of it being directly in the iron like this. So I just need a little bit more heat to dry. Oh, a few more left to do. I'm not going to do the border fabric right away. Oh no, that isn't the final border anyway, so I'm going to have to. I was wondering why it felt so dry. Gotta add some starch to it. I'm using Stayflow, which is not Stayflow anymore. I did look it up. What was the name of it? This it doesn't exist. It's it starts with an F. I forgot. But anyways, it's a different company now, but it's the same same stuff, same concentration probably. I forgot what it's called now. It starts with an F because I just looked it up to show Scott so that we knew what to look for next time when I run out of the Stayflow, which Walmart and Amazon will still have Stayflow until they're out. But it's expensive now, at least on Amazon. It was only like $3 something for that big, huge thing originally. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's what it is. I don't mix it 50-50. I actually mix it like 70-30. I don't like a lot of starch. I am not a starch girl. But only for stuff like this that's been sitting in a bag for who knows how long. It's been at least, I don't know, probably more than 3 years since I won this. So I definitely needs to be pressed out nicely. All right. Fold it in like this. And I got one more thing to press, and that's this. This is where having a giant ironing board comes in handy. I'm just going to open it up right here. I hang it off the edge of the ironing board, and this is, I'm going to spray on the top of this one, but oh wow, that's like super wrinkled over there. Not heavily doing it. I am going to have to open it though, because I think the borders are being cut out in length. So I'll do this side, the other side, and then get rid of that fold in the middle. This is just enough to get those wrinkles gone. I entered the 2 quilts into the SewingMachinesPlus Quilt Fest. You can go vote for whoever you want on there. I just entered 2. That's it. All right, I'm going to flip it over, do the same thing. See, this side has wrinkles too, and then we'll open it and get that center. When I clean yardage up for my room before I bolt it, this is how I do that, is in here on this big giant ironing board, because it fits yardage perfectly. Oh, thank you, Susan. That's very kind of you. very, very, very kind. All right. I'm going to open this up and get rid of the crease on the fold, even though I'm going to fold it back up anyway. But I have a feeling we're cutting the fabric, so I need that crease gone. And I'm just going to steam it because it's already been doing my best to keep it nice and flat. I'm blocking the camera. You guys could see my ugly back tattoo. All right. For now, I will fold it back up and just set it aside. But at least the crease is pressed out. This end.
Anyone enter the sewing machines?
Anybody can enter the Sewing Machines Plus contest. Anybody can enter. The entry form is good till today. Actually, was the last day to enter. So if you want to do future ones, yes, anybody can enter.
What's the whole point of your channel?
That's the whole point, is getting you guys to enter your quilts. The whole point of me is make quilts, have fun, enjoy the process, and hey, a plus to it is entering them when you're done to show them off to the world. All right, for now, I'm just going to make sure this stays not wrinkled, and this one's going to stay over here on the ironing board until I'm ready for it. But now Scott can move the camera back, and we're going to get started on what fabric is what and putting them in order and cutting. Yes, for now, until I start sewing again. All right, let's do this again. And my letters, my letter papers. I just need a couple. And I need a Sharpie. All right, this one is, which fabric is that? It's the striped one. That's L. L. I know I have clips, but unfortunately, my clips, I don't have all the way to the letters that this letter's out. And I didn't want to use numbers because it'll confuse my brain. All right, the star is Q. I'm just putting it down in the bottom corner. I'm going to assume that this one and this one are going to be different cuts. All right, this one is K. These are little sticky dots that you could get at the dollar store, by the way. This striped one is N. That's a bigger cut, so I'm going to move that to this side. Because I have a feeling all the small cuts are going to be one size. Flags is C. Yes. And yes, you guys are like, wow, you're sitting, Tiffany. Well, guess what? I got cushions that I could sit on that don't touch my tailbone from the thrift store. And then from the Veterans Thrift Store. And then Scott ordered one for me. Okay. That one's the blue background. So this one's E. It also says that it's 1/4 yard. That's more than 1/4 yard. They both say 1/4 yard. Okay. Then that's E. One with red. Oh, this one has more red. So this one's E. This one's F. We're going to put this one on this one then. Because this one has more of that color. And this one's F. white with the freedom, not white, but cream. I then stars is O.
Oh, you know, contest starts tomorrow.
Yep, the contest starts tomorrow, so you could start voting tomorrow on SewingMachinesPlus. You can use my link to get to it, but you'll have to go down to events, unless it's right there on the top. And then the white with the stars is D. And the star with the fireworks is G. And these little letters, these little stickers, I could reuse again. So I never throw the thing away. I could reuse them because they stick more than once. And this one is blue, which is J. Okay, that Sharpie is not Sharpie anymore. Let's do this one. J. Oh, that one works. I use my Sharpies for mail, so I always run out. I go through so many Sharpies. And this striped one is M. And the red one is P. And then the giant star one is H. And then the one on the ironing board is obviously B, and the panel is A. So I'm not going to worry about those. All right, here we go. Let's open the pattern, find out what I need to cut. Should go pretty simply, because patterns are usually pretty easy to follow. I also, just so you guys know, I also use a pencil to mark where I'm at on the pattern, because it's erasable if you want to like read your pattern again or use it again. I always put, you know, what I need to get it done right. All right, the panels do not always have. I need to trim the panel. Edges of panel. 2.5, 23.5, 42.5. I'm going to move this out of the way. We're starting with the panel. So I'm going to line it up because they never end up, you know, accurate. I'm going to put these blue. So instead of the selvage lining up, I'm actually going to line up the blue on the panel. That way it's an equal amount that I'm cutting. Smooth it out. All right, we need to see the numbers on this. Slide this up. Line it over equally on both sides. Okay, hold on, let me look at it one more time. Yeah, 42. I want that half mark exactly right there. Right there. Right there. That's about the same on both sides. That's the half mark. That's the start mark. Mark. That's the start mark. This is on the line. All right. Giant ruler, here we come. Rotary cutter, here we come. Line that up. Line this up. Throw that in the garbage. Watch out, kitty. Mama is cutting fabric. Following a pattern. All right. By 42. What time? What plus what equals 42?
21 and 21.
Okay.
Do you mean evenly, or do you want other numbers?
No, I want 42 evenly. I'm going to line this up on a line. The fold is on the line. I'm cutting off the top, not the fold. Just know that when you're following a pattern that has a specific measurement for a panel, that you're lining the fold up at your start line, and the number that you need is right here. Here is on the opposite end. Hope that's hidden within the 1/4 inch seam allowance, or else that's going to look funky. All right. My panel is cut. Oh, I have blue on top and bottom. Okay. That's the size it needs to be. Line it back up on the wall. Don't touch it for a while.
Don't touch it for a while.
Well, I don't want to get it all wonky, so if I just don't touch it, it won't get wonky. All right. B is the border. I'm not going to cut that yet. We're going to cut C and K. So I did this. Now I need C and K is what I'm working on. L, N. C and K right here. Place those aside. Move everything to where I can see the numbers on my board. And are these getting cut exactly the same? Yep, exactly the same. Okay. So I'm going to set this right here for 2 seconds. And this right here for 2 seconds till I straighten this up, cut them both at the same exact time. Making sure.
Handle's about to come off. No, the other end.
It's always coming off. Yeah, this is not going to be a very straight cut, my friends, because the fabric is not cut straight from the bolt. All right, I'm going to carefully turn the whole thing around and cut the number it says